Okay, so let's talk about effects here. I've got all these effects going on. I'm actually going to start from a more bare bones setup. So I have all these tracks selected right now. I'm going to select the background and then select only the tracks that are showing up in the arrange window. See all these compressors and things? I need to be very careful choosing what I'm going to get rid of. I like my guitar tone. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to hold Command and click on this fader and this fader because I want those guitars to stay intact. With all this other stuff though, it's all fair game. To get rid of plugins really easily, just click and hold and say no plugin. You'll note that it actually took all the plugins across that row for all of the channel strips that I have selected. That's very handy. And usually with something like this, I would start out with dynamic effects, which would be compression or anything having to do with volume. So maybe on this drum kit, I'm going to go ahead and compress the entire drum kit, even though I know that this drum kit has a lot of processing happening in the background. So I'm going to go to my plugin list by selecting here, Dynamics, Compressor, Stereo, and I'll choose some kind of a bus compressor. So I'm going to go to my circuit type and choose Studio VCA. Now I could also choose presets. I go to drums, I could say live drums FET or something like that. I can turn the power off. Here it sounds like without it. Definitely adding some good flavor to it. So I'll leave that on. Okay, so that's adding a compressor. To add an EQ, we can just double click in this area here, and that pulls up a channel EQ. There we go. So I created a compressor, and then I popped an EQ on. In the upper area up here, we can see the gain reduction from the compressor plugin happening up here, and then we see the general EQ curve directly underneath it. So that's very, very handy. That's how you pop on effects, specifically compression and EQ. Next, we're going to talk about busing.